Welcome everybody to the game of Quackudama versus Yaokuza. I'm joined by my co-caster Sick, and we'll be.
Hello?
Sorry, I'm still getting over the Quackudama thing. I
Yeah, no, I made that
it started
mistake.
to fall, and I just couldn't land that right.
It's a little difficult. It's fine. He's
But
already.
anyway, we're here to broadcast this game for you. I'm going to be your action caster, and Sick will be your color. So,
Hello.
but looking at these two teams, how do you feel about this situation?
Well, Yakuza obviously has been a team that's been around for a while now, and they're a pretty dominant force. I mean, back when they were Flogels, they obviously started things like the Flogel Barb. So I'm tending to say they're a pretty good team, and I have a lot of faith in them. Quackudama, it's been I honestly don't know too much about them. If they are from Nakudama, then they're probably all right.
For sure. Well, and then looking at it too, we have some new things coming into the game with the new bomb, which players have been able to start playing around a lot more, which definitely has thrown a little bit of a mix up into how kind of the meta does play, with attackers being able to diffuse the bomb from any side, basically.
Yeah,
So,
I definitely think we've seen some of that in a few of these maps in the last game we had about we're having or what is this? The Omni Bomb is what it's called. Yes, the Omni Bomb.
yeah.
Is really changing these strats as we go. And see, are they getting together right now?
Um, I'm looking. I'm waiting.
Oh, they did. Okay. I don't think they've started queuing yet. So, but yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll do. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with Quackudama, so kind of excited to see what they do. Honestly. I'm definitely, I'm definitely leaning a bit towards that. Maybe Yakuza is gonna be the better one here, but hey, you know what? I've been surprised before so far, so I'm not really gonna be, not gonna be setting that in stone anytime soon.
For sure, they are normally touted as the second highest ranked team for the league. So,
Hmm.
looking at at this kind of lineup, a new team kind of coming in again, like you said, if it is some of the Nakadama crew, then maybe it'll be a little bit more of a close fight.
Yeah, but we'll just have to see once I think they're saying queue is popped, waiting on one to accept. Okay, so we're almost there.
Yep.
Sorry for dragging the feet a little bit. Just some technical difficulties before we started, so trying to make sure we can get this together here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Yeah, so far it seems like the roster we've got for Yakuza here is Roach, Photon, Tommy, Ghetto, and Jet. People that I love and I've talked to a lot. They're awesome. So I'm kind of happy to see these guys playing again. It's interesting. We're
Yeah, a lot of well-known names there in that roster, so definitely going to be an interesting setup here, especially also with Ghetto and Tommy in there as well. So,
some of the staple Yakuza members there,
hmm
especially with Roach back on there. It's pretty good. All right, loading in now. Okay, they said they're loading in. Let's see. I still don't see their or not. Okay. Just reading the coordination chat is just playing chicken match. What? Oh, okay. It seems like we're having some technical difficulties. I think their match has failed weirdly, so we're waiting on that a little bit. Sorry once again for the technical
gotta
difficulties.
pray to the server gods and hope everything comes out okay in this series.
We need to find someone to sacrifice so we can make sure it works. That's the secret thing you guys don't see about DPL is at the start of it, a person is sacrificed every time to make sure that the servers are working.
Oh
And
goodness.
it seems the gods today are a little greedy and they want more sacrifices. But we're running out of interns, so
Brutal. Yeah, hopefully we'll get into this game post haste. Oh,
yes.
here it is. It looks like it's up now.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. So we can spectate in that. There we go. Let's see what Quackudama's roster is. I only know Surfront is playing because he friended me. So we got Surfront. We got Kamina, Surfront, Admiral. Hell yeah, Admiral. Easy Han and Baker. Admiral is a awesome sniper, so I'm happy to
Yeah,
see him playing again. He did a lot of work in LCG, and now he's over on Quackudama, and he can definitely do a lot of work here too.
definitely.
I definitely think I remember scrimming them as rats, and God, anytime we scrimmed LCG and Admiral was on the team, that was our biggest concern. He's a pretty good sniper, not gonna lie. So I'm excited to see what he can pull off today. We also got Kamina. He's been around for a while too. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good shooter. I don't know too much about the rest of them. I think Baker. Oh, Baker's a name. Baker's a name we've had for a bit. I swear. It's been here for a bit. A few names here and there that we can all recognize, and that usually touts for a pretty good match.
Yeah, if they're names we've seen before and they've normally put in a lot of rounds, you know it's going to be good.
All right, we're coming in our factor here on Operation Python Invictus. I think I have that right. I have to make sure to get all these names right now, so that way I can still make fun of Surfront for remembering them earlier. Anyway, but we're seeing, so it seems like Hamina, or at least, God, what is it? Quackudama is going to be thinking about this offish push that they're going to be taking. It seems like, oh no, or they're racing it. Yeah, they're going to be putting up some barbs there, trying to lock down office. That's probably a good idea. I mean, honestly, Office doesn't really afford them too much as attacking just because, normally Office is a bunch of windows you can see on a bomb, but I mean, Office is pretty weirdly closed on this map, and Bomb is also closed up a little bit with that cargo hold. We see, it seems like Yaokuza is wanting to go into that Toxic and try and take that. It seems like they want to probably go for that power, which would be a good idea. And we can see we're gonna see Quackudama setting up that mop on dock there. That could be good to try and get rid of that Toxic angle and try and, in case they go Office. It seems like they're really splitting up, trying to make sure Office and Toxic. It seems like those are literally the only two ways to get into where the bomb is anyways, so kind of makes sense. See a few mollies there, or they're definitely expecting some sort of power play, so we can see a flare placed down there. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they do this.
Yeah, it's looking like they want to go through this very tight knit toxic area, which could be a little bit dangerous if they end up pushing in through that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this office take's going to be pretty strong. Even though it does narrow them down into some pretty gnarly chokes on the door, we could see the defenders really take care of that. We're also seeing a lot of long range coming out from defenders here too, with the mop being out on the walkway. We see Tommy and the rest of Yaokuza starting to move their way up towards that green door push and the office. You see Photon leading the way, gets the charge down. Easyhoon going to be the first one in this point of contact, I think, here as they start getting ready around this. Tommy already pushing in through the green door, though. Flash goes out on the far side as Photon pushes in. Second flash, Easyhoon goes down pretty easily. Goldfault is now bailing out of that office as fast as he can as he lays out some fire to cover his escape. Now that office is pretty covered down as Baker lays down some Ingmar fire coming in through that doorway. Now moves to the other side to a steeper angle. Tommy now pushing in through the back side of the office, but that is clear. I think a frag went out there too to clear the barbed wire on top. Photon now leading the way off of this. Smokes go out. Molly goes out. Photon drops. Oh, and finally Roach picks up Admiral while Yaokuza replies on Photon. Fire's going down as Roach gets a second and Ghetto picks up the third. There's one left. That's about it for that round.
Yeah, round should go to Yakuza. That was honestly, that was a pretty good push. So they put out a lot of this stuff here. I think they might have been joking because they just wrote sus there and put Namunga. So maybe they weren't going for toxic. But Office push worked out a lot better than I thought. I think because they had that server farm there, they got a little bit more security. And I think it's definitely a smart way, making sure that, it's a lot easier to fight through something that's kind of, as locked down this is, if you know your back's clear. So I think that was a good way to try and take that server farm, as well as pushing out here worked out pretty well. They got that nade on that bar, really just wrecked havoc over here. Got that mop, so it wasn't too scary, and then just got on bomb, and it worked out pretty well for them, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty clinical there. The approach. They made sure to clean a lot of the corners too as soon as they had breached through office as well, and had the utility to remove a lot of the obstacles with the barbed wire and such. And then that allowed for a really clean push on that side of factory. But that brings us over to Clean Scepter.
Another kill, or a kill house. Let's see. We've seen some kill houses today. This is probably the biggest one we've seen today, honestly,
Hmm.
because they've been pretty small little corners here and there, but it seems like, I mean, this is usually a pretty good play that people will try and do is try and get there, but it seems like our attackers are going to be trying to go into kitchen, which I think should work. The biggest thing is breezeway here, because obviously if you're going through kitchen, it's not really, in my opinion, worth to go through lockers and all this, because you're just fighting so much just to get here, when you can go right through here. So that molly, or not molly, but that nade is going to be like critical there for that barb.
This is a really hard switchback push though through this club. I mean, yes, you have this direction, but there's a lot of really hard angle takes that you have to kind of consecutively do. Also, somebody could be standing on the backside of this as well. So yeah, there's a. I do feel like this switchback right here is going to be kind of tough for this club.
Mm-hmm. What do they stay in? There, Yaokuza seems to be more artists than the other teams we've had,
Yeah,
as
there's a lot of scribbling going on.
they've already drawn an Among Us and Sus. Oh God. You know what? They have Photon on this team. I'm not surprised. If anyone was gonna draw Among Us and Sus, it'll be him. What we can
Yeah, it's
see.
going to be really important for the defender placements here, too. It looks like there's going to be 3 good barbed wires here if they do put those in those places to kind of counteract any of these plans here. Even if they took this sharp breezeway, having to run through 2 barbed wire is really tough.
Mhm.
All right, as we see the attackers spill out, they're heading up towards that kitchen as they had kind of planned out. First part of the puzzle piece coming in. Alright. Reach on kitchen. Now spilling in. Baker kind of laying down some wall shots. Jet now pushing in through lockers. He is the only solo person on that as the other 4 start moving over towards that other side of the club. Molly goes up for delay. Frag does clear it though, so they're gonna probably give that room up as they start just banging the ever-living hell out of that corner. Chip damage going down, but nothing really to show for it. A couple of defenders got nicked, but not too bad. Jet still holding that backside. I think he's just holding for anybody to try to rotate in on this team before now, trying to push club. Molly goes out. It's a little bit late though, and they are on site. We can see just the gunfire raging out, crossing through this. The bar is the last defensive place, but there's not a lot of places you can hold. As Baker's got to run all the way around the map, this diffuser is going to go down before he ever gets there. Maybe he'll pick somebody up. Roach finally gets another one on that poor Admiral. Baker now the last one trying to get up to him, but finally gets picked off on the rotation. That Molly was just a little bit too late on that wire on club, and I really think the wire needed to be moved actually onto the stage. It was kind of overhanging a little bit, and it doesn't block the attackers that much.
Yeah, round goes to Yakuza. I honestly think if they could have had that barb there and like where they kept it and just needed to play someone close on that right to really just get that damage in on there. But I think they had a good hold at the start there and it kind of fell apart. They put a lot towards lockers and I think it's, at least to me, it's kind of obvious you really don't want to go that way. So that's kind of rough. All they had really in terms of Yakuza was just Jet over there just to kind of just keep them thinking that they might go that way, make sure their back is safe. Like I said earlier, pushing through with your back safe is pretty nice. And they
Yeah.
just got in on those Molly. That Molly was just needed to be a second earlier. Like don't
Oh, it
honestly
would have done so much damage if it was earlier.
don't be afraid to be a little early with Mollies. I feel like, because you really want to get that damage in quickly at the start. And worst things worse, it doesn't hit them, but you keep them back for a bit. So that's worth it anyway. But a late Molly is probably the worst Molly you could throw.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of times too, you can get caught out while you're in that throw animation, or even just holding it. So you can be, yeah, end up getting rushed.
Yeah. Now we're moving over here on C Store Operation Helios Anvil. Now it's a C Store. Guess what we're gonna see? Oh, C Store wall charge. Nah, I think for a few ones they've kind of helped a little bit with that, but that is still kind of the hey, C Store does wall charge. We're seeing what is that? That's just a little barb on that fridge is there for a freezer angle. That could be good Yeah, no, that could be good because I feel like most times you're running through here, you might want to get some cover quickly, and this is nice cover from these angles. So if you can really lock that down to where no, it's not real cover, then that's perfect for that kind of defense there. We see a bar put towards storage just in case for that, make sure their back is okay. And we got an auto shotty arcade. Now, I think that could do a lot, but I feel like you really need no, I think it can work, but the problem is you really need a barb here or something. But the problem is if you walk through here and someone's ready here because they're gonna be blowing this, it's not gonna go well. It's
Yeah.
too long of an angle there. Maybe Teller for a auto shutting might be better.
Yeah,
Or
I
just
think the
Knack.
tough I think the tough part though is auto shotty's never going to be able to get an angle in. Especially let's just assume okay, attackers end up taking around bomb site and you're out here and like you said they blow this, right? Even if they take this door, your assumption is there's somebody straight across this entire map. So it's like you can't approach and from any other angle. You can't go out through the teller door because that's out in the open. You can't really approach out through freezer. The freezer is like the only way you could spill out into this to try to close the gap without getting absolutely deleted. All right, we see the wall charge going down. It's out. We'll see if Goad actually sees anything. Nope, smoke goes out, and so now they have that storefront as Itsu Kamina starts laying down some fire across the storefront. Admiral trying to lay down with the Igmar as well as Baker's only person holding that doorway, which does pick up Roach, but Admiral gets crossed by Photon from the opposite side. Tommy swings and gets another one. Ghetto picks him up. Oh, actually, Ghetto picked him up off the backside with the long range. Oh, he's using the mop. That's why it's so difficult. It's just one-shotting people. And this is the problem. Here we go. Auto Shotgun just running around, can't do anything because he does not have an attack angle here that he can approach and kill somebody.
He's honestly, if he really wanted to do that kind of play over there, he really should have brought a Knack because then maybe he could have gotten some damage over here or something. But our Knack was over here in Teller, which was not the place it should be. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That was a rough round for Quackudama there, and Yaokuza really got in there pretty well, took out the right people, and just pushed. They didn't really have too much of like resistance there because there wasn't much in that storefront to really screw them up.
Yeah. I mean, the hard part is yes, it was a storefront entry, but again, the cover out there was pretty minimal, and unless you were bracing for that storefront push, which it didn't overly seem like they were, I think they were looking at more green or even the red on the back side. Like, again, the weaponry that they had just was not inducive to having a long-range fight across a storefront. It was a lot of knacks and other things, which is, you need to have that cover or choke, which we did see a little bit of effectiveness on the door, but once it went to the open, area of the storefront, it really fell apart for them just because of the weaponry that was getting used.
And let's see. So we're back on factory. This time we're going to see Yaokuza's defense. I'm kind of curious how Yakuza is going to defend because so far they've been pretty dominant on these attacks, and I kind of want to see where that will manifest in their defenses. Mostly because I'm a fan. I'm a pretty big fan of Photon and his running around with a shotgun. I love Photon. He's so good because he just runs around with his head cut off, and it's great.
I will say that I like this barb placement here instead of where it was previously, which was over here from Quackudama, because it requires you have to make that decision of okay, now I got to throw the frag off of this ledge and try to stick it. Instead, they were able to just throw it right here and blow up the barb. So that's a little bit more precarious, but also if they decide not to clear it, if you try to swing, the sniper standing anywhere back here will clear you pretty quickly.
Yeah, that won't go well for them. I think actually, so it seems like Yakuza is really holding up for this office charge, but as we can see, it might not go exactly how they want because it seems like the attackers really want to go to that dock instead, which honestly might be a better ploy. The only problem is they don't have that wall charge or C-store, and that C-store is really good with the wall charge there.
Yeah, I think they're looking to just try to get around here, and then have to deal with the ramifications for that later.
Yeah,
I do like this. If they're fast with the flashes, the thing is they can't hesitate here. There's no cover or anything, and the molly that's probably going to get thrown could be really quite scary. So the faster that they can kind of go to this, or push this, the better.
I agree.
And there goes the molly, which is going to delay pretty heavily. Jets tries to exchange some fire here with Admiral, because they're on both of these snipers. So we'll see if Jet ends up picking up anybody, or Admiral gets the reply. More mollies go out, though. That's all the mollies, though. Once this is out, that's pretty much it. More crossfiring. The attacker's looking pretty healthy here. Roach has taken a little bit of damage, but not much. And finally, Jet goes down. From the AP from across that distance is pretty massive.
Damn, yeah.
2 rotating here up to server farm, as well as these other 3 are just trying to get picks off of the backside as they start pushing, trying to take this off. As Ghetto finally picks up Baker on that close side, using that long AK. We finally see Goad pushing in through this office and Easyhoon following behind him, trying to get this upper flank here. We did see Photon pick up another one off of Admiral, which is pretty brutal, though, because now you've got this double, and they're on this barb. Roach ends up getting killed, though, as they pick up the 3rd on that corner. The attack is just so steep over there. Goad now trying to swing on Photon. He picks up a 3rd. He is anchoring right now. Oh, he ended up getting the mop as well. That's why. I didn't see that he had to grab that.
Fuck Photon!
Man, did you see the snipe through the cargo hold out through the window? Was absolutely savage.
It's just a murdered Admiral. Like, oh god. Oh,
yeah,
that was
pretty brutal.
Oh, that was so. Oh, that Photon. I didn't know Photon had mopping in him. I didn't realize that was definitely one of the skill sets. But...
Yeah, I didn't see him grab the mop either.
Me
he didn't start out with that. Jet had it at the beginning, and then he dropped it, right? Because he died. And I did not see Photon had run over and picked it up.
That was crazy. That was 4 or 3 kills? I think it was 3 kills from Photon. But damn, that was some good mopping, I gotta say. Took out, completely killed that dock push, which really just screwed over the last 2 who didn't have any support. We're going in pretty blind for that bit. But back over on Kill House this time, we're gonna see. Let's see. We see that barb. I mean, barbing off breezeway in some capacity is always very needed here, because the breezeway rotate is just really good, especially because you can't really like kind of sit back here and get some good shots from there. You got to sit so close that being able to like barb here or barb here to try and make sure you can get those shots is a lot nicer. We're seeing some planned out flashes here. That's pretty good plan. We got one here, and here, and all those. This should be enough to take the area, but let's see. We got that nade. I wonder if this bar will really screw him up.
If the problem being is if you're putting a barb here, you're going to be watching it, right? Which means you have to have a person dedicated here, which can get swung on by anybody looking through the fence, right? Which means you're going to have to, you're either waiting to get pinched and killed, or you're waiting on this far side for a more longer range shot, which you might as well be looking here anyway. So I just don't see the point of that barb unless you're like, okay, we got to delay him so I can run back, even though I'm going to try to take this snipe, and then I'm going to delay barb here, right? I just don't see a lot of purpose to that barbed wire. I like this barb. I think both of those are very, very important. Even this one on the backside, pretty smart. Although I would be placing it up here just to watch, you know, off of this corner to swing it instead. But sure, because that just gives you this area to play in as a defender instead, and you still have this backside kind of protected.
Yeah, they used like 3 bars last time, so I think they're being very like liberal with their bars. But I do agree. The only thing I can see maybe this one being used for is maybe just trying to bait out a nade early, because that could kind of be a good idea.
I don't see them doing that, because again, they'll be able to clear most of breezeway, and you can even dedicate somebody to watch that. So you just say, okay, run through that barb, right? Ghetto trying to get that wallbang damage, which did lay down a little bit on Baker. As he finally gets pushed, though, Goad actually picks up the kill there. That's a great start for them. As they push in towards this backside. I'm surprised they have been playing very passive a little bit on these barbs, which a little bit disappointing. I think Tommy's now finally trying to commit to it a little bit. Barb did get cleared.
Oh, that was a reactive barb there on that club.
Yeah. Oh, that wallbang damage, though, from Photon, just absolutely trying to savage people. Alright, good molly this time for more delay, though. As Goad starts coming around to the backside of this door, though, you can pick up a lot here. We see another Molly go out. I think they're waiting to just get that initial push. There's not a lot of... Oh, Roach trying to get the swing. Goes down. Goad picks up... It's on his third. Photon now finally swings him as the other three now pushing in. Oh my gosh, though. Tommy with the triple pickup here right at the end. Gets the final swing on Easy Hoon. Oh my goodness.
Jesus. I really think... Oh, God. Like, Goad, that was such a smart play from Goad getting there. Takes out Roach and Jet there. Just completely just hammering those shots. But the problem is the people who happen to be left were good enough to be able to take out those last few people standing around, which it just did not work out.
Not enough utility to push into that room, too. I think that was the big downfall for them, is the defenders were able to just spray through the rest of the attackers. And they had used all their flashes, and they had one left, and then all the mollies started going off on that corner. Again, good timing on those mollies, which delayed, but then, you know, all of their utility ended up getting wasted. So, really good hold there. Once again, puts us to 5-0 right now. Poor Quackudama has got to start getting some rounds, and that was looking hopeful.
That one was probably their closest one yet. Like, because they got those first kills, you know, got that flank, and I was like, all right, you know, maybe they're gonna pinch
it. It was 4v2,
and Tommy just decided, nah, not today, and just killed. I think it was 4 of them at the time. Damn.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty
rough.
brutal, that push in. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, that AK had enough.
What'd you say?
Our so just letting you guys know that our ops ended up crashing. So we have no view currently, I think, for you guys. They're going to restart and bring things back around for you here. So we just have to be more colorful with our readout. We're here on Helios Anvil. It's a C-store. That same one with that really open storefront bomb kind of put in that center. That's where we saw the failure of the auto shotgun. This time we are seeing the defenders come out with the mop, so that's at least something that they did not have the last time, which is going to be on Jet for that long-range snipe. And it looks like they're taking a lot of long AKs and one knack. So, and then for the attackers, it's going to be a lot of APs, one shotgun, and one black tar. So a lot more mid-range, one long-range option for Admiral here.
I think it's funny we're gonna see that mop and freezer just sounds interesting to me. I think it's gonna be kind of funny. I saw them put it down, and I was like, you know what? I mean, they're winning. They could probably do something easy with that.
Absolutely. I don't know why they're trying to. I feel like they would be doing more if he was out in storefront, but we'll see. He's got a lot of area to move because the attackers aren't really going to be pushing fridges or anything or storefront. So as we see them come in on this green door, they already have one. They only have one nade here to be able to clear this barb. Are they going to use it on the green door early? Jet is watching it. Snipe goes out. Does not get a hit here though. Grenade does clear the barb. Jet back on the door again. Okay, now it's pulled back here as they start pushing in. Photon trying to get that spray on the door. With that knack, AP in reply. Oh, Tommy gets picked up from the backside. Admiral just waiting. As Tommy goes down and Photon, that's the two main carries from previously, so we'll see. Molly goes out on that green door as Easyhoon starts pushing in towards Jet and Roach. As we kind of hold here as the attackers now try to work their way around.
Like they're not sure what to do
Admiral
at this
picked
point.
off. Long range KR does some work. Ghetto now trying to push in through the door. Oh, picks up a double right there with Baker and Goad. Easyhoon now trying to push him. Oh, Ghetto gets another.
Oh my God. Does
he get them all? No. It's a Kamina that finally shuts that down, but the damage has already been done. It's now into a 3v1 or 2v1. Kamina now trying to rotate through this teller. Oh, picks up Roach. It's a 1v1 now, but they're both... Jet's got way more life. We'll see if this comes down to...
And a mop at
Jet,
this point.
Yeah, Jet, yep. He's watching it. Here we go. Moment of truth. That long AK laying some damage down on... Oh, he picks him up! He's got 18
Quackudama takes
seconds.
the
Why
round.
didn't you run the
Wait,
other way?
wait. He's got it. He's got it. He's fine. He's fine.
I was a little bit worried there.
God, that was. I can't believe they came back so hard. Kamina just decided, you know what, gotta put it on my back and take it. Like,
Well, I mean, Keto with that triple though almost shut it down. I mean, that was so close. That auto did so much work. Oof.
damn. That's why I was like, like, oh well, it's gonna go. I thought Ghetto could possibly take Kamina, but Kamina just went through and just got his own triple instead.
Yeah, that reply on that green door, I don't know if that was open or not, just because you can't really see it from the map view, but man, it was that was a blind shot through the door. He ended up just picking a roach on the other side because he tried to get the wall bang on him, right?
Mhm. Yeah, no, that was crazy. That's how you use that the auto shotty there because they went green. So that's why it worked with her when they did it. It didn't work.
Absolutely. And that's where you saw the conditions of that weapon. It really requires you to be on a choke, using barbed wire to its full effectiveness, right? That's when the auto shotgun really shines.
And now we're here on Bank on Odysseus Judgment.
Yes, we're on a new set of maps too, so
Oh yeah, do we have
we got all the fresh gear.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we see. Let's see. So it seems like attackers are possibly wanting to go to that manager at the top there through green, which could work. And Keno, I think, is putting X's over it. So they might be anticipating that, or maybe not. They want to. The attackers are putting. Oh, it seems like the attackers just want to get in and get this done because they're setting up an idea of a charge on loans, blowing through, and then immediately just blowing security. Just saying, don't even want to go through another door. Just take that button and just run as fast as they can to vault. That could work, honestly. They might not expect it, but I definitely think, honestly, if they really wanted to do that in a better way, they probably could put that wall charge from security into accounting, so that way they don't have to worry about these chokes through manager. They could really just push in and take vault, but I don't think that's what they're gonna do here. Might be a little rough for them here because I think they are gonna get a little overzealous once they get that security, and then they're gonna end up having to push their manager. And we already see Tommy and Jet ready there, and they already have got some ideas there for them. So this might be a little bit of a difficult push for them here. And I think we're gonna see someone being put in the vault, or oh no, I think Tommy's just putting a barb down. Or
well, he might be in the vault.
Oh, he's in the vault. Yeah, no, all right.
This is gonna be an interesting go, just because this is a lot of resource getting used here too. That we're seeing them trying to use.
Yeah, with that door and wall, and Kamina's bringing a nade. Oh, this is like a make or break.
Yeah, they're going all in here too, especially with I think they're also taking easy on this green as well. So they're trying to get everything.
They want to own the bank by the time they get out of it.
This pushing on managers though is going to be a huge freaking problem. I feel, because so you've used the door charge now, right? You're starting to push in to try to get this accounting. You're just taking security, which is pretty brutal, you know. When you could just try to use that door, I don't know. This is gonna be kind of tough.
Photon's hiding in that bathroom. Oh,
yeah.
Is he gonna shut this? He might shut down the charge there.
Flash goes out. It depends on how Patience. Patience is gonna pay off huge here for Photon. Or are they gonna check it first? Oh no. Oh boy. They're so scared of going to check this. Oh, and there he gets one. Photon with the second. He's loose. He's loose. He gets up a third of the gold. Oh my goodness. And they haven't put down the charge yet either, I don't think. Oh boy.
Does that mean
I don't know. I can't see it yet. But it's a Amina. Oh, Photon with the quadra. Just walks through the enemy team. Oh my goodness gracious. That was absolutely savage. Don't ever say that Tub needs a buff, because Photon's showing you how to use that gun.
Just take that hall and put a plaque there that says a massacre happened here on April 23rd at 4:35 p.m.
And his name was Photon.
Jesus. I that's why I was like, I kind of stopped you to just like mention it about Photon, because I'm like, he's known to do those rats. He's known to get those flanks. I'm like, we might see some good stuff there, and damn, he delivered. That's what I was hoping for.
I mean, it's just crazy too, because I was like, I saw him down there, right? And I was gonna call him when he starts going for the play, but they even were gonna check the door. and he pops out of the thing like a freaking, Jack in the Box with a pump shotty in hand and just starts laying people out. And they couldn't even react fast enough, and they were all dead already, right?
I think the person closest to the door had a black tar, so he was
Oh,
screwed. Wow,
there's
that
a
was
black tar and an
crazy.
AP, and there's not a lot you can do versus when you have this shotgunner charging at you.
Yeah, kind of just gotta respect the shoddy and run.
Yeah, for sure.
You see, so now we're here on a dome match on Brutus Saturn. Oh, we had this map earlier. This is a pretty good map. We see some good, we get some barb around here. It's usually a good idea to make sure they can't get in through there. But this is the one we had Kuko back here with a mop trying to watch this, which I said was a bad idea, and then he like killed everyone. So I stand corrected. But I think the attackers are going for a castle push, which could work. Mostly people I think go beach on this, but attacker.
I know, I'm surprised by this castle push just because I feel like beach gets you just about the same amount, right? The
Because
only thing that this is giving you is it gives you an overlook window compared to an open area, right? But
yeah,
it's
and you don't
pretty
even
much exactly the same.
you don't even
There's
need to
no
clear this
difference between
window.
this.
You can just sit here and be good. If you just honestly, even if they wanted to, they could even just go this way and just do that. But I guess that's what they
No,
want to do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you pushing in on this from base gets you just about the same amount. You just if you're pushing in through castle, right? You have a little bit of a narrower area, but then you also get access to this window, but that can be a detriment too, right? Because it's a more limited space. So again, Jet with that sniper is going to be looking to make a play here.
We'll see what they get in. It seems like they're gonna be doing. It seems like they're actually doing a split instead of 3 on beach and 2 on castle. So that might work out a little better for them.
Yeah, but they've already used their wall. They don't have a wall charge either. I guess they're just saying that we got to use it now. But I feel like a full beach push would be just as effective as this.
Oh yeah, well if they lose this round, they're done for this
Yeah.
match or this.
It is
game.
6-1 right now too. This could be match point, right? Just to call that out. Tommy already getting a little bit of that pick damage, and Amali goes out to delay as well. Admiral on that saber too, just trying to watch that long way. Easy who tries to get that door open. Ghetto gets him, but they do get him in reply. As Tommy's still trying to do that damage layout, Admiral just cannot get a shot here on him. Lights end up going out. Roach now trying to get the shots on Goad. As now finally it's Kavita pushes in, and Admiral now trying to get the shots on Tommy.
There's a lot of dancing around here right now.
There's just a lot of they're trying to make sure. Wow, Tommy worked all the way around against Admiral from behind. It's a Kavita never checked it when he walked back over.
Oh my god.
This is brutal. And now the power's back on. Tommy rotating back. It's finally gonna pick him up. Alright. But we're down to the last 2. This is just getting brutal for the attackers. Lights go back out again.
They haven't decided whether they want them on or not.
We're down to 32 seconds. They got to make a decision at some point here. Jet's just diligently watching that backside of base. Maybe they're waiting for the flares to go out.
Maybe.
Roach now on that upper side
round.
finally gets goad as they split out again. It's a Kamina now walking on that backside, 18 seconds left. Picks up Jet, lights are back on again, but that's the game as Photon finally gets the swing and water. Woo!
Game goes to Yaokuza here. That was a crazy match we had there, or that crazy game we had there.
Yeah,
It was
super quick too. I will say, not much in the way going for Quackudama here.
Yeah, that was a little rough. Hopefully in this next one they can, maybe they can switch, like get it together. Like, all right, don't, we're thinking maybe too hard about it. Maybe we just need to just go and do it. Maybe that'll help them out there because they're getting to these points where they kind of just need to move and it'll help them out. And they're getting stuck at these times where they're running out the clock a little bit too long, and now they got to make a decision quick. And I think if they just start, maybe trying to make the decision a little earlier, that might be a little bit better for them.
Yeah, that plan felt a little bit strange when they started going for power, and then they only had 2 people pushing on the one side, unless they were just trying to hold, and they didn't like reinforce the other side, so it was kind of like 2 separate fights, and then they never coalesced into a team or anything like that again, and it just kind of everybody just got picked at certain angles, and that I think that was really proving for Roach and Tommy right? That they're able to take gunfights solo for the most part. So that's all they did was just solo gunfight after solo gunfight, and got a lot of wins there.
Hmm. You know, it was definitely a hard round for them to win, and I was thinking Kamina got or Jet there, and I was like maybe he got a three-piece before, maybe get another one, but didn't work
Sure.
out very well for him.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Admiral there. That run around that just got him was oof, a little rough.
yeah, for sure. I mean, so that's the one thing about that castle too is you have to that there's that whole upper area, and it's like, okay, I checked it, and then power's out, and somebody slides by or runs up they weren't up there the whole time, so you're not checking it anymore, and then finally they go up on the top section of that castle, and you just get absolutely clapped from it. You're like, I thought I checked, or there wasn't anybody up there, right? And the status ends up changing. With that, we'll send it over to a 5 minute break, or a break, and then we'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. See you then.
Welcome back to our game of Quackudama versus Yaokuza. We saw an absolute beating in that first round of a 7-1. Just not a lot of things going Quackudama's way. I'll tell you that right now. It was some really good play as well by Photon and Tommy that really uh, propelled Yaokuza into the lead.
I think it worked out. It was a little rough for Akudama, but yeah, no, Yakuza was definitely showing their dominance here that they've been known for, and we could definitely see. Yeah, I will never forget that photon 4K, so good. Okay, but maybe we see Quackudama try and pull this out. Try and make sure they can maybe figure out what's wrong. They did. It seems like so far from what we can tell, they may have subbed someone out. I think they subbed out Easy for Health, who I have not personally seen Health play, but I've played against him a lot in casuals, and he is a pretty good player from that. As most times, I'm pretty sure I was streaming, I ended up getting shot by him and just yell, "God damn it, Health!" So
Yeah, I
maybe
think I've
that'll
seen
be
him
the
play
edge
a
we
couple of
need.
times too. Very good player. So we'll see if that ends up bringing in a little bit more of an edge here. I mean, I will say, Goatfault too has been playing really, really well. Has had some really nice flanks and roams from him, overall, and he's picked up a couple of, 3 or 4 Ks to his credit for Quackudama here. So, hopefully, with just this little change of personnel, maybe they can get a little bit of an edge into this second game.
I mean, it's always a big thing in these games of just like, hey, maybe everyone's a little roughed up. We get someone fresh in the fight. It makes it a lot easier. You get those mentals back together. It's like, all right, it's just a new game, one game. That's it. Just go for it. So I definitely think that could possibly help them out here. See, I think they're getting together. They're currently waiting on Kamina.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I will say too, I mean, the thing about Yakuza is just their planning and execution is just so well done, right?
Hmm.
The constant we saw in that very last round, that constant, Roach would peak and then Tommy would peak, and they kept flip-flopping and making it really hard to make a proper call of where the defender was off of that castle side, because you're making a low side call and then there's a high side guy, right? And it makes it really hard to be like, especially when they're in the same room, you're giving a call saying that there's somebody where they are, but they've already peeked and gone back into hiding, and then another guy pops out, and so you're trying to call out, and then you're trying to take these fights, which both of those are really good players, so who can win their duels, and that makes it a real challenge for Quackudama.
It's like I said, Yakuza's definitely showing that they've got some good teamwork. They've been around for a long time. There are a lot of people that even have hopped through teams every now and then, but mostly usually came back to Yakuza. So it's pretty good to see them all back here, and I definitely think that's going to help them out a lot here. I don't know incredibly how new Quackudama is. There's a lot of experienced players on it. It's not exactly new, but I mean, you could have a lot of experience, but if you haven't really played together as much, or maybe if you haven't really existed as a team for long, it's kind of can't always compete with a team who has been playing with each other for a while now and has gotten used to how each other play. Because you can see you're saying that like was it Roach and Tommy were playing off each other pretty well. But I think we're getting into the match now. Yeah, okay. I think the queue popped, so we should be good.
Yes.
We spectating. We'll list off the roster. Again, we've got on Yakuza, Ghetto, Jet, Roach, Photon, and Tommy. Some star players there. And then on Quackudama, we've got Kamina, Goad, Admiral, Baker, and Health. Again, another pretty star-studded roster there as well. So maybe this is the time they come back. I'd like to see it.
Absolutely. Again, I hope to see more out of this newer team uh, as we go into this next series, and hopefully they've cleaned up a little bit of this. Again, it's kind of some of the plans they've had are sound. The execution has just been a little bit lax, and I think that's where Yakuza's kind of really taken advantage of that, especially
Hmm.
with the quality of the players. It makes it hard if you don't quite get the execution, you will get punished for that.
Yeah, that's where we can see that happening. And we're coming here on a factory, Greased Legion. I almost said Grease Lightning. Uh, should be what's called. Change it. No. But yeah, we're gonna see immediately. Both
Yeah,
teams have already
Axum.
put down. Just yell at Axum. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
yell everything I want for Axum now on. But we got both snipers put out here, so they're definitely both thinking about it. It seems like the attackers are gonna want to go through that server farm, and I think defenders are also thinking about blocking that off with that sniper there. 'Cause there, yeah, we can see some mollies there. Maybe, ooh, yeah, they're getting a barb there. It's a probably pretty good barb there. We see. I think they're. I don't know if they meant to draw a penis there, but I think it's. I can't trust the writing of Yakuza because Photon is there, and honestly, it's very difficult.
No, it's two arrows
It's
facing each
definitely,
other.
yeah. But I think they're worried about that. God, they're worried about Pipeworks. We're leaving it there.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and smoke up. That's probably gonna smoke Dock just in case of that office. But I think they're gonna find that like I said, that sniper's gonna be more aggressive than I think they're used to snipers being. So maybe that'll be in their in Quackudama's favor. I definitely think they're going to try and play a little more aggressive here to kind of compensate for how they ended up playing last time, trying to make sure they can get them faster. Because honestly, when a team is playing really aggressive, being aggressive as well does work sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, being aggressive doesn't mean sometimes you won't check a corner, or sometimes you don't get a call out quite when you need it, and that can lead to somebody being able to get a flank and getting like a 3K. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely aggression versus aggression here can be better. I mean, a lot of times defenders do need to play with some sort of aggression, only because like just sitting and waiting around means that there's all of this utility that can get used. And you don't really get to play then when you're getting flashed 7 times in one room. So
yeah,
it's good to play with some amount of aggression for the defending team and not letting them just walk up to you. As we
yeah.
see Yakuza stack up on this, the door goes out. Molly a little bit late again, but Kamina picks up Photon now as he falls back out of that room. So damage already done, Photon down. Um, now, but Jet and the rest of them are starting to spill in, and that's long range now coming in, as we did see another shot come out there on the long range. Starting to take over this server farm. Jet holding that long angle with the Saber. Frag goes out to clear the wire. It's a Kamina now. Does put down some damage, but I don't think he really did too much on Jet. Tommy is a little bit hurt too, so I don't think he's ready to really take a fight. Another flash goes out. Health with a shot across again. They're just trying to look for angles right now, I think, for the attackers so that they can actually push in. Smoke goes out, snipes go out, and Jet finally takes down Health, as that was the key to start pushing in. As Tommy pushes in, though, does get cut down. Reload now. Oh, Admiral tried to hide up in the upper area, but gets cut down right there. As Goad gets picked up on the backside, he did get Ghetto in reply, but Roach End is the last man. It's a 1v1 with Baker. Jet did get picked off out of the backside there too, as well as Baker tries to swing at Roach. Absolutely drops him with 27 seconds left. Oh,
That was way closer than I expected it, honestly. I think health did kind of keep them scared there for a little bit.
or
I got to
Admiral trying to crouch hide up in the corner here and reload the mop for safety.
I was
Jet
so scared.
Oh, dude,
Over there. I
he
felt
was
that.
trying, man. He's trying to be sneaky. I liked it.
When you've got like 20 flashes staring at you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I gotta say, honestly, that wasn't as clean as I was expecting from Yakuza. I think they got in that server farm, and I feel like they were expecting to pick up maybe a few more kills there, and ended up losing one. And I think they kind of hit that point of like, well, what do we do now? Because they were
Yeah.
waiting there for a long time. I don't know if they were intended that. I'm assuming not, because they're a pretty aggressive team.
No, they were
But
looking for angles. They were looking for mistakes where somebody was out somewhere and then got picked, and that's kind of what started the whole thing. Is the health gets picked by Jet, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now it's a fair fight because it
Yeah, now we
wasn't a
can take
fair
it.
fight
Yeah.
prior, and now we can push, right? So they were waiting for somebody to get in range to get picked, so that way there was more of a fair fight. Because Tommy was also hurt, so he didn't have any armor, so he was about at half health. So it's like, well, now you're only pushing with 4, right? And that's much easier to shut down. And so that once they got that pick, there was much more on even footing. Okay, we can push in now. So.
Mhm. Yeah. Now we're moving over here to a C-store in Rising Hall. That sounds like a fighting game move. I like it. But we're seeing, let's see, seeing a little bit of defense in the storefront. It is a storefront bomb. They do have wall charge left, so that could obviously be an option by the attackers. The attackers are calling out some of these barbs that they're placing. The defenders are going to try and put some mollies there to really make sure those barbs stick. Seems like attackers want to go through freezer, which is honestly probably the best play because you can really just get in there, get around here. There's still a lot of cover from the fact that these are freezer things, so or like the freezers, so you can kind of get in there really easily. The only worry is that arcade, unless you really bank a flash in there and like get the person standing here, you might end up with some rough there. But honestly, I can't really see too much of this going wrong for Yakuza there. I think Quackudama's got some barbs in places that I think would work if they were doing storefront, but I think Yakuza's trying to play off their expectations and go somewhere not storefront and not storage. So they're going freezer. We'll have to see if they end up playing in one freezer. Maybe if they put a molly there, that'll really help them out. But honestly, I don't know if they are gonna.
I absolutely love this map because it actually feels like it could exist.
That is my
Legit.
favorite part. I
Like
love
legit,
stuff
this
like
map
that.
looks like a place where you'd walk in and be like, okay, bathroom's on the right, tell her to buy stuff. Okay, the arcade's in the middle, right? Which leads to the storage and office area. Right? Like it actually makes it makes sense.
Those are my favorite maps. The ones where it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's not arcade or it's into freezer or anything like
Yeah.
that. It's the office goes, but there's a shed there, so
Yep.
that works. Yeah, no, that works.
As we see the as we see the charge go down. They're looking to see if they can pick somebody in office. Photon with that shotgun too. I wonder if he can open that door from there. I think he was gonna look to see if he can.
I think he's gonna try that. Yeah, I think he's waiting. Let's
Yeah, I
see, did
think
he
he's
get it?
close enough. I don't know if
He
that
did
works.
get
So
it. He did
Baker
get
is on
it.
the backside. Oh man, he already gets one. Oh no, Photon's gonna put an end to that. I thought with the knack he'd be able to lay some damage down, but no. Photon said not today. Tommy picks up health from across the map too in that exchange. As we see, finally picked up Tommy on that backside who had pushed all the way through there. Ooh, Goad now drops Jet on that arcade with the knack. It's down to a 2v2. Oh, poor
No, but
Admiral trying to work his way up, gets cut down though. It's all
yeah,
down to
it's
Goad
rough.
in this teller, hiding. He's got to push. Oh. They know where he is now. Oh, Photon, knack. Can't
Oh,
take it. Roach. Oh, Goad now running for his life, trying to survive.
he's running a little too far,
He's
honestly.
hightailing it. He's trying to confuse the hell out. Oh my goodness! How did he
Oh,
know he
really?
was there? He heard him walk up. Damn, Goad. Trying to get these outplays right now.
Oh, he's got to be a little aggressive
Oh,
here.
it's gonna be so hard for him.
Oh, he's
It's so
bomb
low.
defusal.
There we
Come
go. Goad
on.
now trying to make the rotation. Oh, he gets him.
Oh, he got it.
Goad playing the mind games versus this team finally picks it. Wow, what a good round for him again. I'm just gonna say we saw him get that 3K earlier, and he puts down another 3K for this team. But playing the mind games with this team, that quick rush from Teller into arcade and then running through there and making all the noise is like, oh, we got to go after him. So Photon tries to swing him and gets dropped.
I think he
Wow.
really played on their aggressive nature and the fact that they literally couldn't safely let him live, and that was such a smart way to do that. Just he knows they're gonna go for him because obviously they've been in the lead. They have this idea, we'll just get this. So just honestly, they're like, oh yeah, no, we'll just go and kill him. But I do think he was really smart about that, running back in ways, and especially because they had that knack there, so he could kind of confuse him a little bit by shooting through those walls. That was really smart. Wow, that was a really good play by Goad. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, Goad, but give yourself props. That was great.
That was huge. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even his guess for the wall bang, oh, he's gonna be here if he's chased me, was really, really intelligent.
It
So
was like almost spot on. Honestly, that was crazy.
Solid 500 IQ play right there. It wasn't quite 900, but really damn impressive there.
All right, now we're on Dome here on Urgent Justice. We've seen this map already today. We can see that, yeah, that door at the back seems to be pretty actually kind of important if you're taking an attack there, because it is a really nice pinch where you can get 3 on beach and 2 in there. So you can just kind of
Yeah.
stop all these defenders just sitting up here, which is a pretty good idea. Now, honestly, if Quackudama really wants to, make sure this is going to be safe, they either have to kill off one of those things. So if they really want to put maybe like 2 people to try and watch that, or just keep them held up in base, just someone in base just to keep them held up so that way they can get these 2 people would probably be their best bet here. And I don't know if they're doing. It seems like they kind of want to hunker down a little bit with that barb there. I think that might just be health trying, I think he's gonna probably pick up the. No, he doesn't have the mop. He's got a KR. Oh, okay. So he's just gonna try and keep that safe because obviously you have to use bomb to get you have to go up there to get bomb. So that's not too bad. We see a barb on pit. Honestly, people have been barb and pit over like all over there today, but no one's ever been like playing there.
Yeah, this map is really tough because there's just not a lot of places for defenders to hide.
Yeah.
It's just really there's not a lot of places you can stand. This shrubbery is so close that if you blow this door and throw a flash like right here, you're pretty much done no matter what. So even if you are hiding in this grass, it's pretty useless. Maybe if it was like these things were reversed, where it's the pillar that was here and then the grass was there, that'd be better. Admiral tries to lay down some fire on this beach as they start pushing in. Jet trying to get the snipe there, but doesn't connect. Smoke's now starting to fade as Photon and Roach slowly getting up here with that door. Oh, Admiral. We're just waiting for somebody to explode here, and I really don't want it to be Admiral because he's been having a real rough go of it so far.
Yeah, hopefully he can pull it back.
There goes the door.
Oh, it's gonna be Admiral.
Gets full flashed. He's in the.
What?
Roach walked through him! Oh, man,
God.
he almost lived. As Roach picks up 2 as he pushes in. That's so brutal. Now they've got pretty much control of this whole lower deck. Oh, go! Drops down, gets 1, but there's so many left. Health is trying to survive here up on that upper area. Yeah, with all 4 here. Itzakavita is going to have a real tough time. He's got to play this door real good. Snipes coming in, and the crossfire is just too great there.
Has no work on him. That was a weird move there with Roach and Admiral.
I think he was just
in the darkness.
Admiral just full blind crouching, just trying to sit in that corner. Was pretty freaking invisible for a moment there. Almost lived through it.
I hope we got that on camera. I really want to see that.
Oh my goodness, that was. I hope that was from Roach's view, but man, that was pretty ridiculous.
He didn't get on camera. Ah, damn it. To pay Roach for his view. I know he'll record it. I know he does it. Subscribe to Roach's OnlyFans.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, like we said, they had that just that split between going towards beach and going towards that back half there just really helped them out because it blocks off their back. Because honestly, if they didn't have that back door there, it makes it so much safer defenders because you don't gotta look behind you don't gotta do nothing. You just gotta worry about that left door and that death lane that if you're defending, you obviously probably have a mop or something big to sit there. So that door is just really crucial in that bit if they're just having to stick there. And since bomb's there, they're most likely going to stick there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we find ourselves back on Grease Legion again.
Yeah.
Here we are.
We're getting lucky somehow, getting the same maps over and over. It's weird. But yeah, we're back on Grease Legion, another factory map, and we're seeing some barbs go out already. We're seeing... This is usually a pretty big barbed location, a lot of these places. A lot of these bigger, like... I don't even know what to call these, like... wall explosions here end up usually getting barbed because they're pretty good ways to just get out of these, like, server farm areas. And we see... Seems like they're expecting a storage push and maybe a server farm. They got the, the basic barbs there, getting that, getting this down, and they're definitely expecting server farms. They got a what are these called? A flare there, and there. So, and it seems like it might go all right.
I will say we did do side switch. That's why we're seeing this map again.
Oh, we did. I'm stupid. Don't worry. I forgot. Listen.
I just thought that was very funny.
I'm glad someone said it and didn't just let me be stupid.
Well, I just, figured I'd point it out once we got to this juncture. So
Thank you. Someone needs to watch me every now and to make sure I don't say something stupid. But
well, we're seeing
what?
pretty much the same play as we did before, though. This is the thing that's kind of they're gonna do the same thing, and it almost didn't work out for Yaokuza when they were on defense, but they're gonna try the same thing on attack, I guess. Kind of surprised about that. Oop, Admiral taking the dangerous path past that window. I always hate windows like that because it's like you're creeping past a graveyard when you're trying to go somewhere else. You're like, ooh, don't let the scary thing get me.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I feel that. I hate it every
Like,
time.
you're just waiting for somebody to just, oh, and I got sniped and I'm dead now.
Seems like they're gonna have Admiral on that sniper try and make sure that server farm push is safe.
Yeah, they're already rotating over to it though. Tommy, the first point of contact here. All right.
No Molly?
Tommy lays down some. No Molly. Tommy's got nothing.
Oh,
Two
man.
flashes go out though. Tommy's already retreated out, so he ended up making it away. All right, now they're all in that room. Now the question is, did they take lights out? Or are they gonna go for power?
They do have MEGs, yeah. I think power is out.
Yeah.
Yeah, power's out.
Bright goes out to clear the barbed wire in that upper area. They're just trying to look for crosses. Okay, finally a molly goes up, but it is a little bit short. Smoke did go out to cover that angle as they start trying to push up into this upper area on Pipeworks. Baker drops. Health now trying to rotate through. Photon trying to get that cross. Oh, it's Kamina and Goad also. Okay, finally combined. Baker picks up one on the backside with Ghetto as well. It's only this three prong from Roach, Tommy, and Jet off his backside as Jet finally snipes somebody off the back, and another one gets picked up from. And Jet picks up another. He's in that truck though. It finally gets dropped.
That honestly, so that round obviously goes to Quackudama as they're the ones living, but I really think where Yakuza screwed up was server farm. I think server farm is so important, and they just gave it like no mollies, no nothing to really count out that timer. Or was it? Which one was Tommy just immediately got out of there, and I think that was their downfall because as the server farm, look, I know the rest of it has a lot of cover, and I think that's the biggest problem. Is server farm doesn't have very much cover except for a few things here and there, but it's not very easy to hold these long, these angles and really hold down that because there's so many ways that attackers can get in there and kind of hide around. So I really think they need to they need to chew them up a little bit more on server farm, keep them hurt, get them scared and running faster than they really should have, but it didn't really work out that way, sadly.
Yeah, hemmed up in that upper area. Yeah, because once they breach in through those two openings, right? Yeah, you don't know where they are, and it's a lot of high-low cover too. So you're like, oh, are they up along the catwalk or are they down on the ground, right? And we saw like Baker dropped, and then the other person stayed up on top. So it's like, okay, well now you're having to trade with or Goad, I think was like you had two different heights of attacker now that are firing from two separate angles on one target. It makes it really hard to fight that.
All right. Well, because the problem is they had too many questions there. Because like you said, are they up, they down, are they behind this, or this? It's too much. When if you just chew up server farm, you have a little bit less questions because it's like not you maybe have like 4 people or 3 people that you left instead of 5 that they just all free got to go in. But we're back here on Rising Hall and C-Store, and let's see how Yakuza is going to set up this defense. We see some good barbs. It seems like they're preparing for a possible, storefront blow, and that seems like what the attacker's actually going to be doing. We see this barb and this barb here, the one by Fridges and the one by Teller. Those are pretty, standard barbs for any sort of, wall charge on this map. Just try and keep all the enemies in storefront. We're going to see an auto shot there. I think it's a really good idea, keep them there, especially because you got 2 pretty good chokes. Honestly, this one's probably a better choke to keep that wall or auto shot there, and I think that's what they're going to be setting. I think they're going to have 1 in Teller, 1 in bathroom. Yeah, they're just going to try and lock down that storefront as much as they can, and I think that works. I think they're worried about Freezer a little bit, the attackers, because we can see, a little thing here saying that they kind of want to look and shoot there, which is probably a good idea. It's usually good to have someone in Freezer just in case all of
Definitely.
this fails over here, you can get someone over here just to
This spot in
take them out.
particular is a very strong hide, which gives you access to this angle, and then if you need to rotate, yeah. I will say this, I'm a little bit worried that this wall charge, because it does go 3 squares out, might clip this barbed wire with
That's
the
what I was
explosion.
thinking. Yeah, it's
So I'm thinking this might end up getting cleared when the charge goes off.
I think they're blowing this one, not this one, so it might not. I think it should be fine.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, it is the larger opening, but I think they're actually going for. Let's see where they end up putting it. Yep, larger one. Nope.
Oh, they haven't
We're
decided.
waiting.
There they go.
Okay,
Now
it
larger
is.
one.
Yep. So the barbed wire placement is actually good.
Yeah.
Snipe goes out on the door just to make sure that they were dead. As Ghetto now starts going in on Goat as he's pushing in. Molly goes out pretty decent. Goat trying to get into Freezer. Lots of cover fire going on. This Jet and Health end up going down here as they push in on that. Baker now trying to get in, gets dropped. Goat on the backside on Freezer. That was the first point. As Health picks up 1. Ooh, almost got Photon there too. Health has 0 health. Literally 0. I don't think he has a hit point. His bar is invisible right now.
He's a dead man walking.
Down to a 2v2, or a 2v3. Health now. Admiral, I think, is just trying to save currently. Health walking around. Yeah, dead man walking currently. Just chilling in the corner. Photon's giving all the callouts here. Tommy's still with that auto shotgun, can do so much damage.
Oh, yeah, no, this isn't going to be good for
There's
him.
just no way for Health to get in here either. There's the barbed wires all there and Photon. Nope.
I was going to try and take it. Nope. Yeah.
Thought he'd get the swing on him for sure.
Me too. I was like, oh, Photon's got it. Stamp that done, but no, he's still living.
Well, he doesn't know how much health he has, so
true. Fair actually.
He could be at full, and you don't know. And Photon's half, so he's probably just trying to get that little like peak shot or whatever. Health does have a flash though, so if he does try to push this, he might be able to get something if he's able to flash over the top and push a barb. But they might just be waiting for pick angles here.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think they're just saving, trying to get as many little bites they can get.
Yeah. Well, also if they can't take any weapons or anything like that either, right? So they're kind of. Ooh, Photon getting a little bit raisin. Nope, they're just waiting. Nope, here he goes. Hits him right again. Nope, gets another one.
Photon got a little greedy there.
Man. At that point, you gotta take the win in some way, shape, or form. I mean, he literally has no HP. Look at his HP bar.
Oh, I bet Photon's kicking himself there.
Yeah, you get to actually see it now. You're like, wait, his bar is blue, but I don't see any health bar underneath of it.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough push. I think the biggest thing that I saw I think Admiral, I think it was Baker that tried to go through. I think they needed to work a little bit together. I don't think Baker called that he was going through there because he got lit up by 2 people that I think Admiral could have seen if he knew he was going through. So there might be some quick communication errors that we're running into that maybe are ruining this a little bit. I also think they brought a nade, and they really needed a nade there for those barbs. They were a little bit too vicious there. And again, I definitely think that the fact that they also did the storefront breach, which everyone knows everyone's going to do a storefront breach, and that's why I think Yaokuza did really well there before, is because they didn't do a storefront breach. So maybe if they had, maybe 1 in green, or maybe instead did the freezer, might have went better, but can't really say.
That's the tough part too, is that Goad ended up pushing in, and he was like tip of the spear, and actually got some like good chip damage even through all the damage that he ended up taking, and then ended up trying to push through freezer by himself and got killed, right? Yeah. And it was just kind of the rest of the team needed to either push with him or have him take cover inside of freezer and try to play safe or something while they reconvened. But it kind of was a one at a time spill out into the storefront, and that kind of shut that down, because that's when the defenders are at their best. Again, taking like 2v1s, right, as an attacker pushes into a room or through barbed wire is like when the defenders are at their strongest.
Yeah, now we're seeing us on Urgent Justice for Dome. Let's see, it's back on this map again, and we see It seems like the attacker's gonna try and go through, like everyone seems to be doing so far, is the beach. Then that back half there is gonna be really good. Setting up a pretty, yeah, it seems like that's basically what they're doing. They actually are gonna have someone, or the defender's actually gonna have someone in beach, so maybe that'll help them out a little bit. You know, tear them up a little bit before they get to the meat grinder of jungle.
Yeah, we'll see if they do the similar style thing where it's 3-2 Roach sitting with that Mac though in that shrubbery, fully expecting the attack this time, right? Last time we saw Admiral waiting there in the long range, but he wasn't really expecting them to do that door push. We do see Admiral with a mop as well here from that earlier. So it's
I forgot they had the mop.
Yeah, it's mop, and then on beach it's saber. So it's all snipers, and we see Admiral with the first shot go time right there. So, like we were saying, like that mop's so strong right there. Goad trying to get that crossfire too from beach is pretty interesting.
I think they're just keeping Admiral there to keep them on their toes. They can't go back, and they all just rotate over to the beach. Yeah, no, that's smart, honestly.
Now you get your free entry. Tommy on that long side with Ingmar though. Hiding on the back side. It's a Kamina gets put down right away. They're trying. Wow, Tommy's just tucked back in there, and Ghetto getting that crossfire as they start pushing in. Yeah, Admiral's got to bail out as they finally push in on Tommy. Okay, that is now clear. Yeah, Admiral's got to be a little bit careful. He did pick up a second one off a jet off of the stairs there as he approached in, but now it's down to Roach and Ghetto. Lights out again. Admiral now finally gets picked off. The pressure has gone off the backside though. This is a little bit of a problem. As we see Baker and Health trying to work their way in. Goad now able to give some calls out here as they start pushing up here on the... Frag goes out to get them in. Ghetto trying to get that cross shot. Can Baker get the swing on this? Another nice flash. Another one. Roach off that backside. We're down to very little time though. Goad trying to pie off. Finally gets another one. It's all down to Roach, and he's on the backside of that pillar. Baker trying to defuse. Finally gets put down by Baker. Good use of Goad, just trying to edge him out. He must have been low on saber rounds, but then Baker able to clean it up off that other side. I mean, Omni Bomb really worked well for them there. Roach had to make a decision of which way he needed to go, but he was pretty pinned.
I think we can see there that I think that is a better way to do it, because I think having two people go, because we've seen a lot of two people go through the bottom door, but just having a sniper there just where, hey, you look over here, you'll die, is pretty nice, because then they got to send all their distractions basically towards the front, just that way if they ever step back, forgot he was there, or just were having to deal with the front, he could easily just get in and get some picks there. He got 2, I think, out of that, and then had Roach had to go and deal with it himself. But I definitely think that's a better way to play that. Send that 1 there, and then just send the 5 to the front. I think they had some come through pit too, which is really smart. Yeah, no, I think they played that really well, honestly.
Yes, really clean there. Again, just having that pressure of there's somebody off the backside of this door that can kill you at any moment. I think also having the mop there too just made it even more irksome for the defenders there, because it is that one-shot kill weapon for the attackers in specific. So it can make it's a really high point of contention then for them. Meanwhile, you have a saber across the map laying down fire too. So there's this really, you've got 180 shooting lanes, right? You're either getting shot in the back or the front, and it's really hard for you to be able to whip 180 to be able to engage either of those 2 targets.
Yeah, now we're here over on Edge Halt, another kill house, and we're gonna see. We had a kill house this round, right? I need to make sure. I'm not saying something stupid again, or not last round. I mean, in this set. I think we've had a kill house. I could be wrong, but no, we didn't have a kill house. I don't think.
There you go.
Oh, I'm stupid. That's fine. Whatever. The kill house. Okay, they're in this game. We see. Oh my God, they're throwing. Jesus, we see Quackudama throwing so many flash icons there. Jeez. Oh, I remember this map. This is such a chokehold in kitchen here. Yeah. It's very hard to stay in there because you've got pillbox pretty well there, and if you just keep people in here, yeah, no, this is a map where you kind of have to get really, you have to clear so much of this, because you got to clear this entire half side if you really want this, and then even then you got to stick someone in here just to make sure they never that they can't ever get in through there. So it's a
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
hard one to attack, but it's pretty
with all
good.
the wall bang ability too, even Omnibomb I don't think can really save you if you've got basically one person on this side and this side. You can actually triangle shoot this bomb. There's no way you can defuse it if there's 2 defenders left, right? Like literally none.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill everyone here if you want to get this, which is gonna be a little difficult for this. We got that long breezeway, which is rough. Let's see how they do it.
With the first engagement here off of that door. Right, it's closed now. Oof, that's a lot of. Oop, Roach laying down some more damage. Admiral trying to get some picks. If Baker's really hurt here too, he can't really be pushing. He's got the frag too, so. Alright, frag goes out. Comes up wire. Ghetto with the late bar push in. Oh, this is so hard. You have to deal with that. So the barb has been replaced now by Ghetto. And there's literally one flash, handful of flash grenades left. The attackers are just getting worn down, man. Even Admiral got a sliver of health. Baker's barely surviving. Oh, the angles are just so tough here. Somebody's got to just do an alternate play. At this point, you're kind of like, maybe I should just push Perception, right?
Yeah, try and do something.
Oh, and there's the Molly. It's just, man, this is such a choke.
It's so brutal. Jesus.
Like,
oh, go try to do something there, then got screwed over. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Yep, the long range fire of this frickin' breezeway is just savage. Right? Like, again, the hard part is that you have this pillbox too, right? So you've got these windows, so you're in like full cover off the window, right? On this little tiny doorway. Oh, poor health finally goes down.
Oh god, yeah, Admiral just saving basically at this point.
Yep.
Oh, maybe. Oh! Yeah, he got it risky. No, Admiral.
They can't get it though. Oh, does he? No, there's no way.
He got shot. He got shot.
Oh no, he got it closer though. But I don't. How much ammo does it have? Is the real question here.
Oh, there's not much.
No, there wasn't enough. Yeah.
He got shot by the satellite and by the truck. Did you see
that? He was gonna live. That's what I was saying. Like, there's no way in hell he's gonna survive. That is pretty amazing, though. He did end up picking it up, right? And then, ends up trying to daisy chain it over to the team.
God, that was a rough round for Quackudama. Again, it's just that kitchen, if you do it right.
So hard to be able to push because you can't really push that back hallway again because of the wall bangs. Because if you blow the door, somebody's gonna be trying to wall bang you through it. Although I feel like that's at least something to be able to use, right? Because you have a barrier instead of trying to push that breezeway so hard. You know, like, yeah, maybe you can get a snipe angle or something on the doorway, but they're never gonna show themselves. You know, off of those angles.
The only way that I think really works, you go in through reception, office, then just nade that pillbox and just try and take there, but it's still difficult. There's not really an easy way to attack that one.
No.
Yeah, but we're going on to a bank called Nimble Galahad. I know how to say that. And we see, let's see, oh my god, is that 2 flashes and a nade on the button? I'm surprised how many times I'm seeing full loadouts be dropped as pings on the map these days.
I think it's a smoke, a flash, and a nade.
Oh my god. 3 of a kind there. Jesus. So they're gonna try and do that. I think they're really itching to get that button there. It seems like they're gonna go through loans. That doesn't seem like that bad of a push, honestly. It gets you pretty close to it. The only problem is you have to go through security and accounting.
You're also gonna have to approach this bathroom where Photon, will be waiting with a shotgun.
Yes. Oh, Photon's already got the auto shot. You can see that top left. He's ready. He knows what he's doing. We got that barb. Yeah, Photon's holding the barb too. Yeah, no, that's gonna be rough unless they can really get locked down. Maybe that's what the nade's for. But then it's just that security. Honestly, if that vault opened in lobby, I could say it's better, but you have to go through security because they're gonna have to go to button, sit someone there just so in case someone doesn't come from lobby, unless they have to clear lobby. Then go all the way through accounting, security, and there.
I'm a little bit worried about this smoke too that they had put down, right?
Oh, if they do it wrong, Photon's gonna have a buffet. That's the problem. I think they're doing a split. Cause or am I wrong? But it looks like they put 2 on the red door there, or that was maybe just interesting drawing. What?
Yeah.
Oh, goes AFK.
Oh, Goat is AFK. That might be a little bit of an issue in this 4v3. Hope he didn't crash.
I hope so too. What do we do about that?
That's a good question.
He's got it? Okay, he's good. Alright, we're fine. He's
Well,
taking
so
a leak.
a lot of time wasted though in having to wait for that though, which kinda sucks, but
It'd be a little rough,
hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully, well, you know, you never know.
Mm-hmm. See what they're doing here.
They're just getting ready to push this door. It goes off. Molly's down. Oh, Snipe comes out from Jet, but he does get cleaned up right after. Roach does pick up that kill, a counter kill as well, so that's 2 for 1, but that is Sniper down.
Admiral took a sneaky kill in accounting there.
Yeah. Also, Photon scurried into the bathroom like the rat he is. Roach trying to pick up some shots off this. This door is just a death trap. Okay, Goat's got the nade though, so they can clear this barb. So it is clear. Oh, Admiral gets cleaned up the backside by Ghetto though, as he was trying to sneak around.
That's gonna be rough. Yeah, they don't want to go in there. They are hesitating.
They saw Roach on the one side and they know Photon's the other. Oh, Photon.
Oh, that was.
Picked up Roach. Oh, Go tries to pick up the other, but
that was probably.
You gotta pre-fire it. You know you have to pre-fire that bathroom though. That's the thing. You know you just swing the bathroom and spray from right to left. Right, as much as you don't want to like waste an entire like clip of ammo, you gotta, you know.
He kicked the door. Like, I'm sorry, but that is a difficult decision to make there, and I don't think kicking the door was the one. You just gotta, honestly, what they need to do, just spray that door, and just run through, spray it, and grab the button. Just try and get to the other side as fast as you can.
Yep.
That way, when they run out, Goad can try and shoot them from the other side. That's all you can really do there. But they just didn't have that teamwork there together.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think Goad is trying to. He knew Admiral got picked off from the backside, so they're like, "There's somebody lurking off this backside. We don't want them to rotate on us." But the problem is, you're like, "There's a crossfire here." Granted, they don't know there's a crossfire, but there's 100% of a crossfire there. And so he went for the target he knew existed, which was Roach shooting from that green door, right? Like he knew there was somebody there. He didn't know Photon was there.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for Photon there.
So, but you should expect Photon there, as we've now learned. We've seen him in those little ratty rat spots a couple of times now, so it's like you just gotta expect there to be somebody there, right? Like almost. So check that first, then go clear the other room where you know where he is, right? Like.
Yeah, that would probably have been a better idea, but sadly that's not how it worked out for them. But we're over here on Factory on Merlin Boundless. Let's see. Again, we're seeing. So it seems like I think the attackers are thinking of going to go to that server farm there, throwing tons of flashes. I feel like, I don't know if this is like thing to say, but I feel like a lot of their entries, they're putting down lots of ideas for flashes, and I don't think that's as good. I think like 1-2 flashes, maybe entry. Like this big server farm could probably use 2 flashes, but flashes are so important. They're like gold. So you really got to conserve them a little bit through here, especially because there's so many like long angles and so many. Because they got to go from server farm to possibly up here to Pipeworks area, and then worry about office, or they have to go this way. I definitely think they need to conserve their flashes a little bit more. But
yeah, and I want to see how they end up breaking this down, because you know, this seems like a quote unquote good idea, but the issue I have is like, I'd never want to go out this. I'd always want to work out through storage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to engage from these longer angles. This is harder for the defenders to actually hold. I mean, sometimes you might have somebody back here, but not a lot of times. And so, like, where are they going to be? They're going to be over here, right? Watching this sharp angle or here, right? So you kind of have an idea of where they're probably going to go. And I do not like this push up through this tiny little doorway where you can have somebody really deep off of this angle that you can't really... You can't turn that far, or if there's somebody off of this angle, right? You can't get the guy that's on this backside, right? It's just impossible.
It's gonna be super rough, and it feels like the defenders are definitely setting up to defend that exact way.
Tommy laying down Ingmar fire on this green door. There is no another smoke goes out. They do not have any frags for this either, so it is. Molly goes out on the corner. They end up breaking in. Health is pretty low here with a shotgun. Health ends up getting dropped from this crossfire already on the high side, low side is really tough to play around. Oh, Chet with a second. Oh, he's just putting in work. There's just enough room to shimmy around that barbed wire too. That's hard. Okay, finally to pick up the double, but it's down to 2v3 right now.
Yeah, I'm
Baker
surprised
now
Roach
very
got
close
taken out there.
Yeah. Well, I think it was from that low. It's so weird because like we don't really get to see it, but it's that low side, high side kind of thing where you got shot across. Flash goes out. Molly goes out on the smoke too. There's a Molly in there. I think that ended up getting thrown. So
yeah, you just see the little bit of the
it's a dangerous smoke. Oh, it gets pushed in. Oh. Another Molly got thrown out there too, so it just was flambang the whole time. Baker finally gets dropped on the backside, and that was pretty clean with the Jet Tommy show there.
That was a straight 3 Yaokuza defender side win. Damn. Oh, that was. I think it was that problem of this angle is really scary, and they were throwing smokes back here and here, but they really needed one up there, and they just didn't do that. They were really afraid of over there, and I think you don't really throw smoke over there. You throw a flash, so you could run in on that, and they almost got Tommy because of that at the start. Honestly, I was surprised how long Tommy stayed there, but it just didn't work out that way, and they were, 2 people left against 3 going through storage when the last 3 were all ready for them to go that way because they knew they were too afraid to go the other way. So it just didn't work out that way, sadly.
Yeah, sadly the numbers got really dwindled down in that first room so badly that it's just, at that point you can't, unless you're going for the epic comeback, it's going to be really hard, which this does bring us to our 6-3 here. We are on round point for Yaokuza. And they're showing a real dominant presence here in this game. I mean, this game going a little bit more in Quacku's favor just because it's 3-6 instead of 7-1, which feels a little bit better. A little bit. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. But this is a really hard map to assail, so we'll see if Quackudama can actually hold this down on Edge Holt.
We're seeing the attacker side, or the attacker on this is a little interesting. I think it's probably a better way of doing it, which is they're going to go through reception, brick house, and then charge that breezeway door, which I think might be better. Or maybe they just changed their mind. They just threw the charge. But honestly, that breezeway is just so rough that I would just try and avoid it. But hey, you know what? They've been pretty dominant so far. Maybe they can blow it up, get through there, and just click heads here and there, and maybe it could work out for them. But Quackudama knows they're probably going to go that way. We already see a Molly ready for there. You see a barb here for, I think, this shot, and a mop here, which is pretty good. You can kind of get that. If they can, problem is they have to realize they're going to lose that barb. That is probably one of the most, easily, we'll use the nade there, barb. So I don't know how putting a mop that close is really going to do, unless they really keep someone there with a molly. But I think the mop is the only one playing actually in sight. Besides, Baker's going to be shooting from there. Yeah, they're going to have a lot in pillbox. If they just had another molly. Oh no, Goat's gonna play in there with them. Okay, so maybe they can do that. But we'll see. Goat's got a barb, so maybe I think he's gonna put it where he's standing right now. Or, honestly,
there's double charges. There's 2 charges. They just
there's charges.
Oh, yeah, damn. They just placed one. They're gonna blow both red doors.
Oh, that's smart.
So that's first red door out, and I think they're just gonna wait on the other one because I think I saw him run over with it. Could have been wrong. Yeah, we're seeing them do some long-range fire here across the door. They're on the beach and whatnot. Sprite goes out and clears the wire. Oh, the wire. Okay, so it did come out. The wire did get replaced. Molly comes out. Oh, Admiral picks up one on that backside for Roach. That's snipe.
They brought 2 nades. It's definitely all or nothing.
Flashes go out. Snipe goes out from Admiral. And this is another one. It's going to be a bloodbath in here now. Ooh, health picks up a couple. Ghetto picks up 2. It's 2v2 right now.
Did he just... Did Health almost just shoot one of the people on his team? Or no, did Goat almost shoot Health?
He's looking for wall bangs.
Okay.
So and Health is inside the pillbox, so it's pretty safe right now.
Yeah. 2v2.
Oh no, they don't have eyes on the guy defusing. Oh.
Oh, no.
Tommy's gonna put him down, that's gonna be the defuse.
And that is all or nothing for your.
It's kind of one of those points where you're like, I can't see him on this side of the bomb, right? Because you can call out, I don't see him. It's like you need to ping that other side, right? Like
Mhm.
go wallbang him from there because he can't do anything otherwise, right? Like or try at least try because that might force him off of it at that point. But yeah, no eyes on the person defusing. That's a toughen.
Yeah, the round goes to Yaokuza, and the game, the whole thing goes to Yakuza. So that was, I think, it was 7-2, 7-3. I think close.
No. It's 7-1, 7-1, 7-3.
7-1, 7-3. That's what it was. Yeah, but beautiful showing from Yakuza as usual. They really got in there, and honestly, I'm sure people will count out Quackudama because they did make some mistakes there, but they made some interesting plays there. I wouldn't the rounds they won, they really did some interesting stuff and had some pretty hard fights there. So honestly, give them credit. They did a lot better than I think maybe people expected.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking at things that Quackudama just needs to improve their team play for the most part, right?
Mm.
You can sense there's a little bit of uh, communication, I don't want to say lack of communication, but just like not communicating enough to be able to like work fully together as a team. And I think the thing about Yakuza is they play together enough now that they know exactly like, oh, I need to do this, or this person went down and so I need to cover this, or there was a X call and I know exactly what that means. And you could see that from Yakuza, but I think Quackudama is still a team trying to like congeal. And so I think once that happens, there'll be, it could be a really strong group. Because again, there were like those moments, like you said, when it worked, it really worked, right?
They
So
they got a lot of talent, and on their own, they're fighting pretty well. We got what is it, that pullback by Kamina. We got Goad, who had that also pullback, and just some crazy stuff. But it's just playing together is the hardest part I think they got for them right now.
Yeah, I think Goad really was showing up in a lot of those rounds. Like there are multiple times 3Ks and doing smart plays. That again, that bamboozle defense was just, he juked them out of their shoes, right?
Yeah.
And ends up winning the round. So yeah, I think a lot of really individually good plays. And again, yeah, Yakuza, Tommy, Ghetto, Photon, all showing that they're rock solid in terms of their gameplay and aim dueling and such. So just really strong play. Surprising, like there were some decent snipes, but sometimes in these games it's all about the snipers, and this one was a lot more about just the upfront like play from each individual person, like just winning their duels with a lot of AKs and stuff. So really interesting series.
It was a pretty good series, even though I'm sure people were calling it already. I'm pretty sure just because Yakuza is definitely one of like the top 2 teams in this league, but Quackudama definitely showed up where they did, and it's pretty strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll get to see them verse each other again, and the games will be even closer. So with that, I think we'll call that into. I don't know if there's another series after this, but negative on the next series. So all right, that's all the due process you're getting for today. So we'll leave it right here until we'll see you in the next one. From me and Quick and all the broadcast group, thank you guys very much for that. And, we'll
it's
see you in the
sick,
next
not Quick.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so just a little period before I let that go. There's a guy that I play with, and his name is Quick, and so that's probably just was automatic. So my apologies, Sick Gamer.
No, you're fine.
So from Sick Gamer and myself, ZGEC, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you for watching, guys. Love to watch it again.